This is Dugout Chatter with McKay Giffen and Jacob Williams. Welcome to the Dugout.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Dugout Chatter, and we are in studio today, and we got a special guest for you, one of our old high school buddies. Say hello, Jacob Collins.
How's it going?
All right, everyone, and Jacob Williams, he's with us. He's on the phone today. Jacob, what's going on?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going good, and today we're going to talk about a rundown of the World Series, and I think the Nationals broke everyone's brackets and made a lot of people lose a lot of bets.
I think the whole World Series did that.
Yeah. So, initial thoughts, Game 7.
Well, I mean, the Nats were just clutch all the way through. I mean, every time you thought they were down and out, and they just came fighting back every single time. The Astros just couldn't close them out. I mean, they won 3 in DC, and you thought it was done, and that was that. And Nats came back and won again in Houston.
Yeah, they faced a lot of elimination games. So, Jacob, I got a fact of the day for you, Mr. Williams. Your pick lost too, not just mine.
Yeah, but the difference between my pick is my pick was one game away, not one series away.
Well, hey, guess what? They're all in the loss column together. So, welcome back to the dugout, Jacob. Yeah, like we were saying, the Nationals, they played a lot of elimination games, and I'd really chalk it all up to team chemistry for them. You know, they really came together as a group more than ever. We even saw with like home run celebrations with like Adam Eaton, Howie Kendrick, all the hugs in the dugout, all the dancing, right, Jacob?
Right. I mean, like I said, just this team is this as a team performance. This is probably one of the best clutch performances by any team across the board. It's not just like one player either. Guys in the lineup like Soto and Rendon, pitching, Strasburg especially, it's just across the board. Everyone just, you're right, they did play as a team really well.
Yeah, it really took everyone this year. So, Mr. Williams, what do you have to say about the Nats breaking your bracket too?
I would just have to say this one thing. For the Nationals to win all 4 games at Minute Maid Park, that is a World Series earned. That's not a World Series given. That's not like the Raptors playing a injured Warriors team and kind of being gifted a championship. The Nationals.
I know you're glad that happened though.
The hard way.
You're glad that happened.
Oh yeah, I think everybody's glad that the Warriors.
I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, it was a really fun series. I mean, out of the gates, you know, games 1 and 2, everyone thought, oh, the Nationals are going to win. Then the Astros went 3 at home. Oh, the Astros are going to win. But no one won a home game, and that was like the first time across any professional sport, like in a series playoff setting, that no one's run away with it, winning only road games. I mean, that's an extreme rarity.
It's just a crazy series.
Yeah,
like,
I know. It didn't go the way anyone expected.
I mean, after the first 2 games, you thought Nationals were about to break out the brooms and sweep them at home.
Oh, for sure.
And I mean, if anything, maybe the Astros get 1 and then it goes to 5 and they win and Nationals win in 5, and they win it on their home field. But I mean, then it turned the other way, and then the Astros won 3 straight, and then you're thinking, oh, they're taking it back home, and then they're gonna close it out, and then that didn't happen.
Yeah,
it's just wild.
And so part of the reason why Jacob isn't here today, Jacob Williams, he's up in Jacksonville. So, Jacob, how's Jacksonville?
Buddy, it's a lot colder than sunny South Florida. It's about 55 degrees right now, so it feels really good.
Yeah.
Did you switch places with me?
Yeah, I know. You were the one going to college up there. So, moving on over towards, let's talk about some of the usage in Game 7. Garrett Cole. We all expected him to come out of the bullpen. Nothing happened with that.
Well, I think it's understandable because they used Asuna early, so
yeah.
they're keeping Cole for the potential save situation. You don't want to burn him before, and then you have nobody. But yeah, if it were me, I'd probably still keep Asuna and keep him for the save situation. Use Cole in a more high leverage situation like an Andrew Miller type reliever.
Yeah. But what about Will Harris? Do you think he was misused, either of you guys?
I don't think that really any bullpen decision went well after Greinke got pulled.
Yeah, and they kind of threw Will Harris in the fire. What do you think, Williams?
Yeah, I think Will Harris, he didn't have a great series, and I think that wasn't, I wouldn't have done it just because the Nationals had success against him in Game 6. So you had success against the guy. You just seen him in the previous game, and I think that was a recipe for disaster. I could have maybe either brought in Ozuna a little bit earlier, or maybe use somebody else in that bullpen, because they have arms in that bullpen, like Josh James. Who else? I forget that one guy that throws a sidearm, Joe Smith. Like Joe Smith, he was having great success when they were playing in National Park. And I don't know why you didn't bring him in a situation like that. So I thought he was misused a little bit.
Yeah, not just that. He threw like 10 games the whole postseason. Like, he was used a lot throughout every series. So do you think that could have burned him out? Cole, you might have wanted him to be the first guy out of the bullpen, because the first thing we see is a snowball effect. Anthony Rendon got the offense fired up again. But that's just my take. I mean, big disappointment for the Astros. They were the favorite.
I think another aspect of their disappointment is, I mean, people keep talking about the pitching that went wrong in Game 7, but I mean, you only scored 2 runs. I mean, you can't expect to win many games when you're only scoring 2 runs. It seemed like that was the case the whole series, kind of. I mean, the game that they lost.
They weren't getting hits.
Yeah,
they were getting hits. They just couldn't be able to turn those hits into runs. Like, you look at the 7th inning, or before the 7th inning when the Nationals scored all those runs, the Nationals were getting out hit 8-1, and it looked like the Astros were just controlling that game. But when they could have put it away early, they just didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, in 4 games, they only scored 11 runs at home.
I mean, even look at it.
That's not a lot.
Look at it against the series against the Yankees. People are dogging on their pitching, but they still hit around 200 as a team. So it's not like they were putting any starting pitching staff away. But that's postseason baseball. Is you're seeing the best arms every night.
Right.
So it's just a matter of delivering that clutch hit. Because I think the pitching's more what won their earlier series.
I think to add on to that, I think the Astros are used to being able to outpitch their opponents. And when they're facing the Nationals, they can't necessarily just outpitch them.
Yeah, the starting pitching holds up.
The starting pitching is at the same level.
Yeah.
So it's not the Yankees. No offense, McKay.
Oh, offense taken.
But
nah, you're good.
But yeah, it's just that is another aspect to it, because they just couldn't.
Can I ask you guys a quick question?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Do you guys think that Justin Verlander costed the Astros the World Series on how poorly he pitched in his 2 starts?
I was just about to say, is he the next Clayton Kershaw?
No.
I'm not saying he's the next Clayton Kershaw.
No,
I'm talking about
I just saw some
He's not that bad.
I saw some baseball memes. I thought it was funny. Like, you know the Scooby-Doo memes where it's like, oh, let's find out who it really is, and it showed Clayton Kershaw. They take off his mask. It's Justin Verlander. Like, some of that stuff was funny. But Williams, to what you were saying, it's kind of a yes and no, because you still got like a lot of other guys. I mean, it's a team effort either way, but he definitely didn't help, I guess is the best way to put it, as far as Justin Verlander's performance. I mean, especially Game 6 at home, he didn't do good. And obviously, a big reason that the Nationals won the World Series, their World Series MVP, Steven Strasburg.
Oh man, he was ridiculous.
The whole postseason.
He was so good.
Game 6, he got ruffled up in the first for 2 runs, then he goes on to just dominate the rest of the game.
He pitched into the 9th inning, man.
Dude, they could have.
How often does that happen in the postseason?
They could have.
That's ridiculous.
On the road, and they could have let him finish the game too.
They took him out at 104 pitches. I mean, he could have kept going.
Yeah, he started the inning. Well, they brought in Doolittle, and obviously that wasn't a bad move. I mean, I think Brantley was coming up that inning too.
And also with that performance, as they're coming off 3 straight losses at home, going on the road, facing elimination. He goes and pitches into the 9th inning, winning his 5th game of the postseason. That's just an all-time great pitching performance in the playoffs. And not just that, the effect it had for the whole team, because Max Scherzer had to miss his start before that. So you get him throwing Game 7. You throw 8 innings, you have a fresh bullpen. And if you need Doolittle the next day, he's thrown a couple pitches if he might have sat for a while, so he's ready to throw in another game. Right. It just keeps their whole pitching rotation in perfect balance. And Steven Strasburg, back in 2009, I believe, he was very, very highly touted as a pitching prospect. He was like a generational talent.
And his debut.
And he went number 1 and rose to the big leagues really quick. And he dealt with a lot of injuries and
Tommy John.
But
he's one of those guys that learned a lot from
World
Tony
Series,
Gwynn.
He totally earned and fulfilled all of that hype from 10 years ago.
Yeah, and
he earned it.
Well, look at it back in 2012. They limited to him 160 innings, and then they had him sit in the postseason. I mean, I thought that was kind of ridiculous because they were coming in hot, but they wanted to protect his arm. I mean, I think guys are a little too, like, they want to try too much to protect their pitchers. You got to let them go out and throw. They have to exercise it as much as not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
you have to be throwing the ball so you don't tear a ligament.
What I would do is I would have them stretch out more during the regular season instead of going through their inning limit super quick. Just kind of space them out more and give them more rest in between, or limit them on to innings during games or something, instead of running through their inning count early. You know what I mean?
6-man rotation,
maybe, or limit them to like a certain pitch count or inning count per game. Don't let him go past 5 innings.
But at least now, like you're saying, he got to fulfill that hype from 10 years ago this year. I mean, he's always been good. It's been health for him. But he was just awesome to watch in Game 6. No other way to put it, man. His changeup, ridiculous. His curveball, ridiculous. His fastball moves like crazy. I don't know how they hit him. Like, that has me thinking too. Bregman's bat flip when he carried it down the line, him and Juan Soto, dude, that was great. I had a fun time watching that.
I was a lot more I liked Juan Soto's a lot better, just because.
Yeah, he was poking back at Bregman.
Just because, I mean, obviously Soto wouldn't have done that if Bregman hadn't done it. He was just getting back at him. It adds to the drama. It just makes it a more fun, intriguing experience as a viewer.
Yeah. And people were saying, like, Alex Bregman, he apologized to his coach. And then Juan Soto's like, no, I didn't apologize to Dave Martinez. I thought it was fun. Bregman did it, so I did it. Like, that's what I love about this kid.
Juan Soto is so mature beyond his years. He's so relaxed. He's not showing
anyone up. He's just having a good time. Like, you know, let the kids play. Juan Soto's the perfect example of that. Let the kids play. He's himself. Dude, the Soto shuffle is probably one of the dumbest but funniest things I've ever seen.
Well, about Bregman, I don't have a problem with him doing it, really.
Oh, no.
But I definitely don't have a problem with Juan Soto doing it.
And that's all we got for you guys here today at Dugout Chatter. And, yeah, Jacob, anything to add before we go? Thanks for coming in today, too.
I don't think so. Pleasure. Enjoyed it.
All right, that's all we got for you guys. See you next time in the Dugout.
See ya.